Alright, so check it. Nolan Wells' best friend chose to lawyer up, not speak to police, but chose to speak on a podcast with Officer Tatum. Now, see, I'm privy to Officer Tatum. A lot of people must not be, because when I see people doing their reactions to the interview, they're not pointing out the fact that these white people chose for his best friend to sit down with a black dude that hates black people.
Charlie Kirk said black men like you were better off during slavery. Do you agree with him?
Now, listen, 100%.
You believe 100%?
Now what?
How many of y'all remember when Officer Tatum said that if his kid died, he wouldn't cry? But when Charlie Kirk died, you know what? We kept the files, nigga. Check this out.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I cry for my wife.
Really?
I just wouldn't.
What if your kid died?
And that's a different thing. I mean, I would try not to cry for my wife if my kid
To be
died.
like the support.
No, yeah, I'm her foundation. I'm her strong point.
This motherfucker tough, ain't he? He said he'll never cry in front of his wife. And if his kids die, he gonna try not to cry then, goddamn, show how tough he is. He the foundation.
I cry on my own, but if everything is going south, I want my wife to know I'm strong in that situation, and I can be. I don't have to cry.
Now this him when Charlie Kirk died.
The restraint that Officer Tatum is showcasing right now, every Christian in this nation can relate to, because this is the type of suffering that we have to suffer with Christ. In such a tragic time like this, we still have to operate in peace and have to honor the word.
He sure is crying now. I don't know if your wife watching, but everybody else is. Damn, this son bitch say he wouldn't cry if his kids died. But this Charlie Kirk shit was just too much for him. Boy. Motherfuckers will cry over that motherfucker master before they cry over their children. At least he doing that man crying. He ain't snotting it going on. Be fucked up if he was snotting. Nigga, you snot crying for that motherfucker? Huh? Charlie Kirk's wife didn't snot cry for his ass. Boy, you must be close to turning point. You must be one of them. Super cool. I know you was at Charlie Kirk's funeral crying like a motherfucker. Had your Turning Point USA shirt on and everything.
So I was not invited to any of the Turning Point faith events, which I'm one of the biggest Christians in the movement right now.
I think you're using the wrong C word. You mean cool. Wait a minute, so you ain't get to go? You snot crying for that motherfucker and they still goddamn blackballed your ass. Get it? Blackball.
That stand up for Jesus Christ on every platform that I've ever been on. But I didn't cry.
No, you whining now. Ever since I've been doing this, I've been getting versed in the kingdom. And like I told y'all, there's a lot of them motherfuckers. And he's one of them.
Strategic on their part, because now you got a black dude that will do anything to go against black people, that would do anything to kiss ass and snuggle up with these MAGA people. Like, this dude is a heavy grifter, you know what I'm saying? So at first I was kind of like, oh, no, they messed up, bad move. But seeing people reactions and them not knowing the character of Officer Tatum, how he make his money online, all his content is about shitting on black people. When you live in a racist country like this, if you make content talking bad about black people, you will get filthy rich. Because there's so many racists that hate black people. they are going to subscribe to your channel on YouTube. Believe that. But yeah, so they did the interview.
What was your relationship like with Nolan? Who was he to you?
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school, and even our freshman year of college. You know, we talked on the phone all the time. We were really close friends, and I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna show y'all too much of it because I couldn't watch part 2 and part 3. It's just bad move. But it makes me think, because this is supposedly, well, they said it's the judge's son that's in this interview saying that he's Nolan's best friend. Now, the first thing the judge did was have her son lawyer up and shut the hell up. So seeing that the autopsy is panning out how it's panning out, because in my opinion, they still gonna try to get away with this. Because when they sent the body to do the second autopsy, the throat is missing and the lungs is missing. Now, if they playing it straight, then they doing what they gotta do with that throat and them lungs. Nope, I can't even think of a reason that they would send the body without that. Because if you're trying to say that he drowned and he wasn't killed, if he was killed before he went into that water, if they threw his body in the water or threw it on the island, whatever, if he was killed before that, it ain't gonna be no water in the lungs or the throat, right? Because he was already dead, so it shouldn't be no water in them joints. So I would think, if I'm a white boy and my friend is black, he passes away, I'm not sitting down to do an interview with a guy that hates black people. He's on YouTube proving that he hates black people. He says it himself. He hates black people.
We got to be honest with ourselves, and then we can make it happen. Like I'm telling you, I go to the airport. The craziest airports I've ever been to is these airports that's filled with black people working there. I don't know why it's that way. Ghetto, these 3 black dudes get on a plane. They pants sagging down. They smell like weed. They getting on the plane, and then they go, "Oh, look, you shot. Look at that boot on that shot over there." I'm like, come on, man. Y'all really doing this? These white people are looking at us crazy. He couldn't have said it no better than he said it. I think the same thing.
What is it you are afraid black people are going to do? I mean, that's what I'd like to know.
Blacks, and you have...
What's the difference between a black person and a to you?
I've talked to black people. Black people, they don't want to come up here. They don't want to cause any trouble. That's a black person. A wants to come up here and cause trouble all the time.
I think that even in 1987, the sentiment was true then and it's true today. There ain't no white people there. This is why you can't give these people nothing. You just can't do too many black people doing something. I'm telling you guys, almost every black successful organization, it got white people all over it. I rarely have seen all black people do something and they on the same page and it's all kosher. It's rare. It happens. I know a restaurant right now. I know a little restaurant chain that I like going to in the Phoenix Valley. The owner of that restaurant is a great dude. He do his business well. But they don't just have black people working in there. They got white people working there too.
If my friend is black and I got love for black people, why would I sit down with somebody as hateful as this dude that hates black people, his own people? That would be the last type of person I would sit down with. You know why I would sit down with him if I was a white boy? If I felt the same way that he do. You can't sit down with that type of person and tell me that you got love for Nolan. Them two things just don't even, they don't go together. No. Sorry. Not sorry though. I do find it rather funny that people always seem to say, why they gotta make it about race? See, not only did he sit down with somebody that hates black people, he sat down with someone who initially disrespected Nolan's mother and father as soon as this case happened, because he was already kissing ass with the white community. Oh, why this gotta be about race? Oh, Al Sharpton and Ben Crump, they always make it about race and da da. Yeah, he went on and was disrespecting the parents who just lost an 18-year-old kid. Don Lemon said something this morning that stuck out with me. That stuck with me. I watched his live this morning and he said something that was very common sense shit. But we in a world where people lack common sense. So sometimes it need to be said. Check this out.
If you want to know about where something is going or the present, all you have to do is look at the history. Just like your doctor looks at what's your history of illness? What's your history? What's your medical history? What medications have you taken or are you taking now? When you go to the doctor, oh my God, my stomach, I don't know what happened. What did you eat? Getting a history. What'd you eat? Perhaps it was what you consumed that is now causing the effect that you're having now, that is determining the present. It's common sense. Why is talking about race? Why are black people always talking about race? Huh. And it's not just white people saying, again, it's some of these grifters out there. There are other words, but I will remain demure. We don't get to pretend history began this morning. Slavery happened. Jim Crow happened. Segregation happened. Unequal treatment under the law happened. George Floyd happened. Trayvon Martin happened. And countless of others. Sandra Bland happened. Breonna Taylor happened. Some of that history is generations old, and some of it isn't. Some people watching this lived it, and some people watching this are living it. Some people inherited the distrust that came from all of it, that comes from all of that. So when a black family loses an 18-year-old son under circumstances that remain unexplained and start asking hard questions, why are we acting surprised that they are asking questions? Wouldn't your... I ain't gonna say that. Wouldn't you ask questions? If this is your son, your daughter, your nephew, your best friend, you'd be asking questions too. You would want investigators pushed. You'd want to put some fire under them. A little fire in the belly to get this solved. Be aggressive. You'd want lawyers involved. You would want every camera in America paying attention. And don't tell me if anything otherwise is a lie. What I was going to say, I'm going to say it. You would want, I don't care what color you are. Your black ass would want that. Your white ass would want that. Your Asian ass would want that. Your Latino ass would want that. Your whatever. Your ass would want the same shit no matter what race. You would want that for your family member. And that is not race baiting. That's living in truth of what America was and is. That's what families do when someone they love doesn't come home.
A lot of us saying the white boys kill home. But the truth is we don't know. So to sit down, let me say it this way. If I was a white boy and my friend was black, my best friend, or my friend that I loved, had love for, and something happened, he passed away, one, I'm not lawyering up and staying quiet about shit. For what? We ain't do nothing, hell no, and my boy gone. We need answers. I'm wondering if them white boys and their families have even been to Nolan Wells' house after he passed away. Because when your peoples pass away, I know if one of my best friends passed away, we going to his parents' house. You know what I mean? My mother coming as well. Because guess what? She knows my best friends. But you know how people do in a time of grief, right? When people lose their loved ones, people show up at their house with food, so they ain't got to be stressed out cooking. They probably don't want to eat, but you want to bring some food over there to make sure they eat and comfort them, support them. So I'm wondering, has these white people and their family been over to Nolan's parents' house since this shit has happened? Or has they just lawyered up, been quiet, and ain't been over there to say nothing to the parents? Or comfort the parents? Because if y'all didn't do nothing, why wouldn't you be there to comfort your friend's parents? Your friend parents? The thing that stuck out to me though, with this interview, and their choice of person to sit down with, I stumbled on somebody else content about Officer Tatum. Boy was on point. Boy was definitely on point.
Officer Tatum has to be one of the biggest raccoon sellouts to ever exist.
You can feel it, you can touch it, because people saw a child that looked like their own, that did nothing wrong. A child that all the witnesses described had fear in his eyes when he left the store.
I want to hear what he had to say about his 14-year-old boy with a gun in his hand, stealing from the store.
After Asian store owner Rick Chow got acquitted of fatally shooting a 14-year-old Cyrus in the back.
Chike Rick Chow, we, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Chike Rick Chow, as to the charge of murder, not guilty.
Officer Tatum decides to lie on Cyrus to justify his murder.
The boy stole from a store as a 14-year-old kid with a loaded gun.
Now let me ask you a question. If he felt that way about Cyrus, how you think he feel about Nolan? Man, I like that boy content. He good. Let's see some more shit.
You are more committed to America than to your own humanity.
What you mean by humanity?
He doesn't see himself as black.
Dude, I'm an American. You an American. I answer.
I'm a human before I'm an American.
Yeah, you can say you're a human, but you live.
I'm one of God's children before I'm American. And if
I agree.
If you believe in that Bible
But
you
you
say you believe in, are you more God's child or more an American?
I'm more God's child than American.
Or if you're more God,
That man said, I'm a Christian, I'm American, and then I'm black.
See, if people listen to this, they notice that Gary is living in the past, and I'm talking about us reuniting in the future. Everybody knows what slavery is all about. Now, Gary kind of misled when he said that they stole us off of these places. We were traded into slave trade, imprisoned, enslaved by other black people that then sold us around the world. So that's that point, we acknowledge that there are ills that happen in this country, and black people took the brunt of a lot of it.
To say that black people were traded and not kidnapped, abused, and enslaved is crazy work. This man is trying to whitewash slavery like it wasn't one of the greatest human atrocities we've ever known.
We weren't the only ones, but we took a brunt of a lot of it. This country has not always been great to black people. I acknowledge that. Can we understand that? But to act as if we're still living in this perpetual state of racism that has something to do with your everyday life, that we ain't never gonna be able to come together if you believe that, man. If you say you black first, that's crazy. That's like a white man saying, I'm white first.
they are.
But white is the default in America. Therefore, they don't even have to say it if they don't want to. It's just a default setting for America. To see a black person say that, it's just kind of sad for real. Not for us, but for him. That man is lost in the sauce and clearly hates himself.
They wrong then. They wrong then.
America is white first, man.
No, America is not white first.
America considered you property. You were
That's a long time ago, bruh.
Sir, let me ask you something. This is where the disconnect comes from for us. When you say
when you got Stephen A. Smith making that face.
So to sum it all up, this move was calculated. They're going to get things done, and they're going to get things swept under the rug. So with that being said, y'all can take this and do what y'all want with it. But the truth is the truth. Facts is the facts. We just waiting for some more facts to come out, so then we could get down to that truth. Salute.